Hi Capricorn, welcome to Rise Cottage for your August 2017 Soul Tarot reading. This is Mary Ellen, and welcome to all the folks who are returning. We have just been having an amazing time learning and exploring and chatting together. For those of you that are new, I'm a clairvoyant person. I started my YouTube channel in the late part of January this year after making an agreement with Spirit. I channel messages through the cards, and I'm very excited to be here this month in anticipation of the eclipses that are coming later in the month. If you haven't seen the earlier videos, I want you to understand that these videos build upon each other. They are not standalone like the standard monthly readings that you see on most channels. So there's been a process unfolding of great shift and change, and I'm very excited to be here. You know, I guess I personally have been, I'm an earth sign, I'm a Virgo with Aries rising, and all the earth signs have just been on this incredible wheel of change through the process of Pluto. And Capricorn, you're leading the way. We've had a lot of discussion about that through this channel. This month, at long last, that's what's coming through, at long last, ready to go through this next phase of change and development that was predestined for 2017 for you as a Capricorn, having been reforming, regestating under the weight of Pluto and all the squares that have come with Uranus, and it's been an amazing, incredible ride. I encourage you to go and look back and refresh your memory at some of the videos that have come out so that you understand this current moment. There is some information if you'd like a personal reading. Scroll down a little bit below the video and you'll see the information box there. There's a link, it says show more. If you click on it, all the information you need about contacting me and how to sign up for a live stream subscription that's coming at the end of August. That's new. I'll be posting a little information video about that, so look forward to that. If you want information, make sure you hit the subscribe button so when I post that you'll get an email, I think. And so the choices about the readings are there, the different lengths and the prices, the information that I need from you, the reservation payment link. It's all on the video now. I'm trying to make it just very streamlined for everybody. Let's see, so the live streaming, people have been requesting it, so I decided I think I can figure out how to do it. Those of you who know me know I'm not a techie, but I think it's pretty straightforward. The cost is only $35 for a full year, and any of the live streams I do, you're welcome to join them. So if you want to follow along and learn some more about your aspects as a Capricorn and your rising sign and your moon sign, and we're going to have discussions about manifesting and all kinds of really interesting things coming forward, including some co-creation with you folks. So keep an eye out for that. If you would like to sign up now for the post-eclipse event that's going to happen, go to that information box, click the link that's there, put a note on your payment that says live stream subscription, and I will put you into the email thread for notification. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. So, let's jump in. I love what is here. You know, when the cards came out, I shuffled probably for, I'm not kidding you, over an hour. I just shuffled and shuffled and shuffled, and I get a nudge from Spirit when it's time to put the cards down. And so I was shuffling and just, I talked to the cards a little bit. Okay, what are the messages for Capricorn? Spirit, talk to me, and all that kind of thing. And eventually, Spirit said, I just wanted you to have the experience of the shuffle, to understand and to tell folks who come to the channel, this is what Spirit has been doing with you. Shuffling and shuffling and shuffling and changing and readjusting and little bits of information coming through. And I did have that experience that Capricorns have been talking about. I'm just slogging through. My God, when is it going to end? So I just want you to know this month, I feel you. On that level, I know that's incredibly simplistic. So finally, when I thought, oh my God, maybe this isn't the day. Maybe I should put this away now and let the energy settle down. And just as I was thinking that, cards started jumping out of the deck through the shuffle. You've seen that happen if you watch a lot of tarot readers on YouTube. So the cards started to come out, and there you are. That was the first thought. When I saw this, I thought, well, there's Capricorn climbing right to the top of the hill. Now, I know we've seen this card. You've been on this journey of the spiritual initiate. And coming through your own pathway, I think every sign now, it's really interesting, has had the card of the spiritual warrior, the initiate, come out. And we've seen your climb. And Spirit's saying, more dialogue about this battle. Last month we were talking about it. The sacred shaman was here. The changer of truth was with you. And we saw the judgment of art and the judgment of skill. Lots of thoughts coming through to you about this place that you're standing in these moments. Now 8 months into 2017, Spirit's saying, as we round the corner and finish the year, the place where you're standing and review where you've been. And so you are still hand in hand with Spirit, in connection with the divine, reaching the pinnacle of the battle for your life. That's what Spirit says. And beginning to feel the joy and beginning to understand the deeper aspects of yourself. So I think for 3 months now, this is the 3rd month in a row, the message has been about know thyself. And remember, the runes came out, I think 2 months in a row, know thyself. And last month we were talking about letting go of those parts of yourself that no longer serve you. As you've come through these battles, you have had to be in conversation with yourself and with Spirit. So now we see this coming over the top of the reading. I really love it. It has moved through your reading in a very interesting way. And now it is the message from Spirit. So I expect this is what we're going to be exploring today. This gives the reading light and energy and theme and passion. So that's the Spirit energy about these cards. And the topic for the months is what's coming through. And this is you. Look. Perfect. Thank you, Spirit. The Spinner, a Major Arcana card. That's beautiful. Look, I'm going to just hold that right up. Spirit wants you to really see that very clearly. That is the Spinner of Growth. And it's interesting because this card came up for Virgo as well. So, Spirit asking me to show you that, to hold this up for you. So these cards, Spirit's saying, this is aligned very deeply for you this month. You are continuing your process of self-knowledge and growth and change through the dialogue you're having with yourself in connection with Spirit. The place where your heart wants to connect. The place that brings you joy when you do have that connection. So, Spirit is talking about, let me put this down. Spirit is talking about, clearly on some level you could say the tree of life. But this is you. Remember last month how we saw you standing here in this judgment of battle? trying to figure out, I'm sorry, I'm blocking the camera, trying to figure out, how to face the battles that are internal for you. That's what the discussion was about. How to face yourself. Understand what part you have had in the challenges that have come in your direction. And how to understand what your real desires are and how to access those and begin to manifest them into your life. So, and a lot of just thought, just quiet moments and thinking. So here in the center, Spirit says, on the heels of that last month, when you were really facing yourself and coming into the truth, know thyself, Spirit says, allowing things that you did not want to carry forward into the new life you're forming to fall away, and understanding what the fractures were inside of your own being so that you can prepare, Spirit says, for this moment. And now you're here, you've been successful. So the trees, Spirit says, take energy in from across the veil, from the sky, from the sun, the radiance. Okay, Spirit says, the radiance of atomic energy. And the meaning of that is the vibration, the essence of our beings. Like a tree, you take in the spiritual energy that is presented to you. All right? So, what the message is that we are not unlike a tree. When you connect with that spiritual energy, the warmth, the light of the sun, and you take it into your being, that radiates into you, you utilize that energy, process that energy for your own growth, and then it radiates back out, sending out your seeds for the new life you are working to create. And this is a very different set point, as you know, Capricorn, those of you who've been here and have been following along. So this is the process, and I've been talking about that, as a prophecy. And so this process begins, sending out the seeds on the winds of change created by your own self-directed destiny in these moments as you connect with yourself and bond together with Spirit to walk that vibrational highway into your own destiny. It's a very beautiful message. So let's see what's here. And yeah, look. Okay, so this is, we've seen this before too. Obviously, dialogue of battle, the spinner of growth. Spirit says all the things already discussed. This is another image of the same thing. That's you coming into courtship with this knowledge that we were talking about last month. If you haven't seen that video, please go and look at it. It's Spirit saying it's very important to this message. So that a lot of work was done in the months that have preceded. That's the message that's coming through. And in a certain way, the word that's coming is apex. The apex of that, the height of that work was last month, when there was an amazing shift and change and coming into some truth, some new truth. And the changer of truth actually was right here. That's interesting. Right there in the middle. Changing what is true for you inside your own being. And now on the heels, that's what it means. Okay, now on the heels of that change, you begin to spin the seeds of your new growth and send them out on the vibration highway in front of you in order to create your pathway as you walk. That's beautiful. And this clearly is about being in connection with the divine. This card also is about, it's courtship of knowledge. So it's about really working diligently with the knowledge you have come into. Dedicating yourself to it in a sense, being grateful for it, and being a student of that knowledge. Do you see? how activated he is. Beautiful male archetypical imagery. And when we see all this beautiful male energy, that's about impetus. Do you see? The Spirit says, do you see that? Of course you see it, right? Male energy, spark for a new life, impetus going forward. It's beautiful. That is what you need to step on to this path. And, you know, having said that, seeds, right? So the first three cards, all about beautiful, sacred, powerful male energy, the spark of life, says Spirit. There is a spark inside of you. It is coming alive after this incredibly difficult journey into the realm of Pluto, the destroyer, here to shred you to your core so that the real image of yourself could rise for you to see and understand and utilize to create the vibration and the seeds that are meant to go forward from you as a cardinal sign. It's very important. So look, there we go. Okay. Everything I was just saying, look at that. That's the liberator. Okay? Sacred female energy. The portal through which you have been moving. The birth canal of your experience over these many years. And Spirit here to carry you across. So, this is a sacred ancient symbol that is found in cultures across Europe where the Celtic peoples resided. There is a lot of scholarly debate about this. No one knows where they came from, who made them, or what the real purpose was. And, you know, I've read a bunch of that stuff, and on some level it makes me laugh because, you know, it's talking about, oh gosh, what I consider in my, I suppose, my arrogant way, just ridiculous human interpretation. I think if you look into this card and you see this figure, it's pretty easy to understand that this is about a portal and the place from which we arrive into this realm and where we come from, how we travel as energy beings. And it's interesting to me to see this right below this, supporting each other. Interesting. Feminine archetypical energy at its, Spirit says, at its purest form. And this as well, in a sense. Here to bring life and provide the portal for that which you seek to create with that beautiful male energy. It must be received in this way in order for it to be able to plant itself, so to speak, and grow. Both are needed. Both are needed. Beautiful. And Spirit's saying, and this has been coming out lightly, I think, well, in my opinion, maybe not for you guys, over the course of the last months. How could we ever disrespect each other when we see the truth of our energetic natures? There could be nothing but honor for ourselves and for each other, as the yin-yang of the energy that resides through us, clearly in the universe, clearly in the natural world, but also our beings reflecting that energy. Wow, look at that. All right, Cappy. That's exciting. Look, the judgment of knowledge. This card was in the very same place last month. If you have not seen that video, go pause this and go watch it right now. Okay, that's my best advice to you. I'm not going to reiterate everything I said last month, but holy cow. All right. When you see this, remind yourself what happened last month. The changer of truth was here. The sacred female shaman was there. The perfecter of energy was there. The judgment of skill, and then the judgment of knowledge. So clearly you have moved past that moment where you were sitting in this beautiful place, imagining and reviewing and thinking about the battles that you've been through in order to perfect your energy and take the next step so that you could come to a place where you were standing in your power, meeting the challenges that reside inside of you in order to come into a place of wholeness. Relinquish that which does not serve you in your inner being and move forward. And here, there was this card that has to do with the futility of certain types of battle. It was a fascinating month, and I love that Spirit is showing you. There's both a review, but there's also clearly this next step. Capricorn, you're moving through your journey in a way that is just inspiring. Truly, I hope you see it. When you watch these videos month to month, it's very inspiring. Look. Whoo. Wow, that took my breath away. Oh, wow. Okay. Capricorn, you are amazing. All right. The elopement of battle. There you are. This is the bridge card that takes you across from this earthly walk to your spirit journey this month. And what's coming through is you have earned the right. You have been in this amazing rite of passage. Incredible. Sorry, there's chatter coming through. All right, so what Spirit's saying is, you've been through this battle of the ages in the world itself and ultimately for yourself in order to come home to the reality of your spiritual being. Looking in the mirror of self, finding all the things that are true, and understanding that which serves you and what your true desires are about. And look, your true desire is to be released. It's giving me a shiver, actually. So, this is where you've been, and this is the process that you're in. Spirit is telling me, you have called upon this woman to come and release you and liberate you from the bondage of Pluto. And that is starting to turn. It's really beautiful. As we slumber here on this earth, not knowing that actually we stand in the light, even in our enslavement to our lack of understanding, our lack of ability to exercise our true will and true intention. Now you are being awakened. This is the second month in a row the sacred shaman has been with you. And last month the outcome was you were going on a soul journey. Do you remember that? Going deeper still, with your soul slumbering just like this. Please go look at that video. And you know what? I would, if you can, pause this and pull that video up on a separate screen so you can look at both of them at the same time. It's going to blow your mind. All right? So, your soul was slumbering just like this. That was the outcome card. Okay? And that was sitting here. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. Now we see the bridge to your spiritual journey this month. A reflection of that. And in that outcome card, your soul, your physical being was slumbering just like this. And your soul was rising and going through a portal out into the mystical realm in order to turn the spiral of the birth, death, birth cycle to have an adventure and find its true, it's interesting, the word that's coming through is merit. So let's see where you're going this month. Clearly, I think we already know. So the other thing that's coming through is You know, this is, when you see this here again, still doing some work on that level, but moving forward, when you see the rest of the cards, in a way that is, it's finishing. This is moving off now. You're being released. Continue to do some introspection through the month of August, because I believe you're going to be coming through a major part of that work. You know, part of me wanted to say, that's finished. Honestly, I don't think it's ever finished. We all have to continue our self-knowledge. Look. All right, so, you know, this is a theme for the earth signs. Virgo, if you have any interest, go check out Virgo's reading for this month. It was as profound as the month when your initiation started. So the earth signs, all of whom struggle their way with, affected by Pluto, because Pluto's in your first house. The point of this journey has been to mingle your energy inside your being and raise it to the spiritual alchemist who has her beautiful gaze upon you. To see the spiral of life, that vessel is you, your being, held so tenderly, with spirits just full focus on you. As we go through the eclipse, that's what this is about. Cappy, you're going through the next phase of this, and you're being liberated. Your energy, your vessel, Spirit keeps telling me. The Mingler is a major arcana card. You see, there's the portal that's opening again at the eclipse. Your energy rising through this mysterious process. The Mingler is the sacred alchemist, whose job it is to mingle your energy and your spiritual vibration and all the things that you've been through in order to create. Spirit's telling me about gold. You know, the alchemy of like what it is like to create gold. So go look that up on the internet. I'm not going to talk about that because I've been talking for a while already, but that's Spirit says do this. Spirit's telling me. Okay? That's what it means. Mingling your energy, releasing you. Releasing your beauty through the mingling of this journey. And look, the Imaginer of Harmony. You've seen this card before as well. Another major arcana. Do you see yourself going deep? Deep into the mystical realm through this eclipse. There's the full moon again. Look at that. That just, you know, honestly, I find this illustration so mesmerizing. I could stare into this card for hours. Do you remember when you had that boat of souls adrift on the ocean, trying to find a destination, trying to reach their goal? Remember that? This boat is a sacred vessel. It has golden oars. It can take you wherever your desires, whatever you can imagine. And this is the Imaginer of Harmony. Clearly about deep, intuitive knowing. The Moon card. The cycles of the moon through which your life develops. And very clearly, this is a message about the eclipse that is coming. I'm going to record some videos and post them as soon as I have a minute. I had surgery this month, and I went for a follow-up today, and I'm having a vision problem. So my eye doctor said, you know, we can fix your other eye next week. So I'm going to go for it because I just want to get it over with. So if things are a little delayed, forgive me. But I'm going to get those finish these before I go in for surgery and get those eclipse videos up as fast as I can. So be patient and don't worry about me. I'm 100% fine. Everything's going perfect. So it's a beautiful thing to manifest. I've been working on it because they told me we can't fix your other eye until November, and I've been just working in the way that I work on manifesting. Because I'm taking a pilgrimage. And I don't want to go there half blind. I want to be able to see what I'm seeing in my adventure. And this morning it happened. So It's one of the things we're going to talk about in the live streams is manifesting. So show up for that because it's going to be fun. And look, I'm sorry about all that chatter. I'm very excited today. Look at that. The Queen of Skill who holds the keys of life. Look, the horses, right? The power to manifest. Exactly what I was just saying. Okay, sorry for that commercial, but that's, sometimes what happens is these things just come into me, and then it stimulates my thought process. Spirit gets me to talk about it to, Spirit saying, pave the way. So there you go. How do you manifest a new life? Ask for it. Ask for what you want. Say thank you. And stand in the joy of the desire. Stand in the joy of the desire. And know that okay, now I'm getting choked up. Know that your messages are being carried into the spirit realm. By the crow people, by Raven, by those energies. Okay, you've seen me. Spirit always tells me play the movie. So here's this month's movie. Here it is. I love it. This month is really beautiful. Here we go. Spirit says everything you need to know is right here. All the other cards are precursors to sort of help you remember where you've come from, the steps that you've taken through the month of July, as you've been working very diligently, All right, so here's your spirit walk. While you're walking on the earth, Spirit wants to assure you and help you remember there is a process going on. Spirit says, just like your cells continue to divide in every moment, don't ever forget that there's a spiritual process going on. It may be invisible to you, and it is happening in every moment, just as your cells divide, in order to keep you regenerating through your life. So here's the movie this month. You beautiful cappies. Look. Do you see? The sacred alchemist mingling your energy in order to help you imagine your destiny in the very same way, in order to help you reach the depth of your soul. That is your destiny. That is what you imagine. And it is from that place that you touch your new life. How beautiful is that? Held in all of that passion. You see the red garment? Little baby in a blue blanket, having been transformed through the mingling of its energy, being blessed with the power to imagine harmony and come into their ability to manifest not just a new life. That's the overall message. I can't wait to talk with you folks about that stuff. So, again, an incredibly powerful reading. Let's see what the outcome is, Cappy. I cannot wait. Most of us aren't going to be able to see the eclipse, but it's a big one, just like the last two. Spirit says, please go online, go to your favorite astrologers. There are people who, I'm resisting the urge to say names because I don't want to do the favoritism thing. You will understand a little bit more through the astrology, but this is the movement, the illustrative movement of your soul on the wheel of these days. And so look, here's the outcome. Look at that. More is being revealed to you. After all of this judgment, last month and this month, all this liberation that's been going on the sacred wheel. Look at that. Right? Now, reaching the pinnacle of this part of your development as an initiate. I love that this is here again, just to give you the assurance that you're coming through and you are being released from this trial and these particular tribulations. And now it's just going to be time to solidify that, mingle that knowledge and that capacity into your ability to imagine and manifest your new life in your future. Those days are coming to you, Capricorn. I promise. I don't care what anybody says. I know there are naysayers out there, but I'm here to tell you, I have no doubt. I've been dreaming about this for a long, long time. I've been having prophetic dreams about the road of Capricorn, and this is the story. You've seen the poem. If you haven't, go check it out. All right, now, the revelation of art. Do you see the water in the jewel-encrusted barrel? All this passion, again, highly activated, sitting in this beautiful throne. This is actually a crystal chair. Someday when we have time, I'll tell you the story of this. This woman went through a lot of trials and tribulations, just like you've been through. A lot. And she was very steadfast. And in the end of the story, the long story about her existence and what she went through, she prevailed. And it was because she was stalwart and forthright, Spirit says, that in the end, she was able to actually, her job, ooh, this is interesting, and especially because it's sitting next to that, and we all know you're the king, Capricorn, okay? So her job was to name the succession of kings. How about that? That's mind-blowing. And clearly manifesting, pouring out this passion into this cup in order to use this cup to hand to the person who is in line for the throne. And we've seen, I don't know, was it 2 months ago, 3 months ago? 3 kings, I think, showed up in your reading. So if you haven't seen those videos, or if you need to do some review, go hop and skip through them and check it out. Because again, this continues for you in a way that is beautifully profound and prophetic, Spirit says. So I'm going to leave it there for this month. Spirit says refer back to the rune of the self. And Spirit says celebrate. Rejoice, enjoy, make yourself a cake. You know, when the eclipse comes, just know it's your moment. And things are really turning. Obviously as a spiritual warrior, we're all going to be working every day for the rest of our lives. But significant changes upon you. And it is a joyous event and a joyous story after so many years of struggle. So, Cappy, I'm glad that this is, profound yet lighthearted. Last month was a little bit challenging, in a sense. This just feels so beautiful and mystical, and I'm very happy to see it come out this way. Have a lovely eclipse. I can't wait to hear from you. If you think of it, come back to the channel after the eclipse and just put some information on the thread. Tell us what came to you, what you were thinking, what you were feeling, the things that have happened. I'll be very eager to hear it. So I'm sending you my love and my encouragement and my compassion, as I always do. And I'll be very much looking forward to speaking with you in September. Thank you so much, Cappy.